12 weeks until D-Day, until we go off on our adventures.
How exciting.
It is exciting. And we thought we'd better get a bit organised, didn't we?
It's exciting and scary, and yes, we ought to get a bit organised.
Yeah.
To be fair, Debbie's been looking at lots of things on the internet, so this is a new adventure for us, as you know. So we better see where we're going to go and kind of have an idea. Now, we're not going to stick to it 100% though, are we?
Absolutely not. And please don't have that expectation. We found on the couple of trips we've done already that having too rigid a plan doesn't work for us. Let's wing it, aren't we?
Well, it's more about freedom. It is about freedom.
Absolutely.
That's the lifestyle we're after, and that's why the channel is Freedom Lifestyle, because we found sticking to a rigid format just isn't for us. And one of the things, it's probably my fault more than anybody's, is that we'll turn up somewhere and I might not like it. So I'll ask if we can go somewhere else.
So what we tend to do is book one accommodation, and then when we're at that accommodation, we'll decide whether we like it or not, and move from there. But for a trip as big as this, we obviously appreciate we have to be a little bit organised. So we have to consider when's the best time to visit certain places, and also what's on our wish list for this next 12 months while we'll be away. So we've made a list, haven't we, of where we think we'd like to go.
Yeah, so where are we starting off, do you think?
Well, we know we're going to be going far. We've done Europe a couple of times and we feel ready now to go a bit further afield, don't we? So we've decided to go quite far. What's this area again? What would you call
this?
This
is Asia. It's Malaysia. Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam.
Yeah. So
it's the east.
Yes, the east, isn't it? So, and maybe with a little hopper into Australia. However, Australia is a huge country, as you're all aware, and if we were going to do that, we'd probably need a long time. But we've got a reason for popping over there, and that's to see a relative. So we will be, for a small period, popping into Australia. But I think our main trip ideas are Bali.
Yes. Bali to start with. What it is, we're looking at going for about a year. So it's about 3 months before we leave, roughly. Yeah. That's not set in stone. But to hit the seasons and the weather and to make sure that we're in the right places at the right time, we've kind of got an itinerary of where we're going to go. And what we're looking at, we haven't exactly made our mind up. This might change as we go along. But starting off in Bali, wasn't it?
Yes, but to get to Bali, you usually have to do a stopover. So we thought, well, why not spend a little bit of time in wherever that stopover is? So I think we've decided on Kuala Lumpur, haven't we? We're going to do a stopover in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah. You quite like the idea of Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, I actually watch another channel, which is all about tax-free living, and it's all about travelling and having multiple homes throughout the world. So, and one of the places that the guy talks about is Kuala Lumpur.
So you're keen to have a look.
I'm keen to have a look because he says it's really good.
So I said to Patrick, "Oh, okay, we'll go to Kuala Lumpur. It's a really big city. A week will be enough, won't it?" And then Patrick's idea is we're going to spend roughly how long there?
Oh, I don't know. A month, couple of weeks.
Yes. I think you said a month. So I think our initial thought process is possibly a month in Kuala Lumpur. And then from there, we're going to go to Bali. And I don't think Bali is a very big country, so we're not allowing masses of time.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much the size of the country. I think there's only so much that can be done there if you're not a surfer. And as you can see by my physique especially, I am not a surfer. I mean, it's quite exciting watching them, but nah. Not for me.
Yes. So there's got to be enough to keep us entertained there, because it's about us and it's about our freedom and our lifestyle and what we're choosing to do. So,
and that's one of the great things about our video, if you want to come along on our journey with us, is that we're exploring as we go along to see what's right for us. You know, what these countries do offer for different people, and from the youngsters to the middle-aged to retirees, people who want to see what this culture and what's on offer in these countries. And that's the idea of the slow travel, to have a look around and really check the places out for all sorts of people, but at the same time, more importantly, making sure it's for us. It's the lifestyle that we want, and it's the freedom that we want. Would you say?
yes, yeah, I would. And we're of an age now where we're going to be wanting different things to, say, a young couple or a young family. So, but we will obviously be highlighting everything what might be an ideal place for a family, but not quite right for us.
Yeah.
So again, as we've mentioned in our previous videos, we're all about authenticity. So we'll tell you as it is. If we like it, we'll tell you. If we don't like it, we'll tell you. And then you can make your own minds up. So moving on from Bali, I think we're going to go to Borneo. Now that is all driven by me.
To go and see the orangutans.
Put my hands up. One of my lifelong dreams has been to go to Borneo and see the orangutans. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why, but it's obviously something that I would like to do. So we're adding in Borneo, seeing as we were in that vicinity.
Yes, and it makes sense on the seasons as well.
Yes.
Because we're looking at sort of October time for that.
Yep.
And then where are we going? We're off to Thailand.
And then coming into November, it's actually the best time to visit Thailand. So we will end up going to Thailand, but I think we're going to spend a good, hopefully 3 months there.
Yeah, the season's till January, so they say. We shall find out. And we might pop back to the UK during that time.
We will be popping back to the UK during that time. So for a special occasion in the family.
Yes.
So yes, that's a definite. We will definitely be popping back. But we will be having an extended stay in Thailand because I think we're both keen to explore that to its fullest, aren't we?
And it'll be quite exciting to see how easy it is to have a place in Thailand as a base and just fly back to the UK, spend a week or two here, and then fly back again. So it'd be quite strange coming back to the UK for a holiday.
Yeah, but probably the worst time for me because it's winter.
Yes.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem whatsoever. I'm actually looking forward to coming back. So that's Thailand. And then we'll be going into February next year. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
It'll be February before we know it. And then we are going to go to Vietnam because that's somewhere that I've been intrigued by.
Which is over here, which is off the South China Sea.
Yeah. So I'm very intrigued to check out Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then on from there...
They say it's the new Thailand, don't they? Because it's even cheaper than Thailand, apparently.
Oh, is it?
So that should be quite interesting.
Well,
to see the cost of living as we go around, as we travel around as well.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to that. One thing I am a bit nervous about, though, is my celiac. I need to eat gluten-free foods only. So that is going to be something that I will probably be vlogging about quite a lot. Yes. I'll probably be telling you all about my frustrations,
or how great it is.
Yeah, all about my joys as well. So that's going to be one of our challenges, I think, going into all of these different countries that we're going to have to consider.
Yeah. So if why not subscribe? Hit the subscribe button if you'd like to come along on this journey with us. Before you go, there are a few other countries we're going to go to, though, isn't there, Deb?
Yes.
Where are we going to next?
So after Vietnam, we are thinking the Philippines.
Yeah.
Which, to my understanding, the Philippines are lots of very small islands. So
yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. So I think there's going to be quite a bit of travel there, and I am curious to see how you're going to manage with all the travelling.
I know, because the thing is, I love travel. But I really like slow travel because we've been around Europe quite intensively, and going from hotel to hotel, just got too much for me. I found it very exhausting, especially with all the driving.
But you preferred that to getting on and off aeroplanes.
Oh, I much prefer that.
So that's why I'm wondering how you're going to fare.
Well, I think
with all of the
I
flights.
think I should be fine because we're going to be staying in areas for a period of time.
Yes, for an extended period.
Yes.
We're not going to be packing and unpacking. Well, I hope not. Anyway, I hope it
Well,
doesn't end up feeling like that.
Let's find out, shall we?
Yeah, and I think again, if we really, really love somewhere, well, we can stay a bit longer. You know?
Yeah, as long as the seasons.
The freedom.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. We have the freedom.
Yeah.
So after the Philippines, I think we were going to pop to
Malaysia.
And then can you believe it? That is probably going to be a year gone, which doesn't sound like many places, does it? But obviously within all of those places are more places that we will explore.
Yes, we're, like we said at the beginning, we're looking to be away for a year and see what we like, what we don't like, and we shall make another decision from there. We shall be going probably back to the UK after that year and go from there. But in the meantime...
It's all about planning, because like we said in the very beginning of this video, it's 12 weeks.
Yes.
So come along with us on this journey. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss anything, because the plan is we're going to be doing daily vlogs about what challenges we're facing that day or what planning we're doing for this, what would you call it, epic journey? A life-changing experience?
People are calling it slow travel, some people are calling it nomads, some people are calling it expat. Well, an expat to me is someone who works somewhere for a while.
Yes.
So I would call it more slow travel. I will be looking for opportunities as we go along to see if I can make some money along the way. So that'll be quite interesting to see if it's possible.
Yes.
Because to be honest with you, I think that's the biggest fear for most people is how do they survive not doing a 9 to 5 in the UK?
Yes.
And that would be quite interesting to see, because the amount we pay in tax, how much money you really need when you're travelling.
Yes, and we don't know at this stage. I mean, yes, we can do research, but until we're actually there living it, we don't know. So I don't want to stand here and say that it's going to be X amount, because I'll probably be wrong. But yes, it's going to be interesting to see. And if it would be possible for somebody to do it, possibly working remotely, which I'm sure it could, because they're called, what are they called? Not nomads. There's a name for those people as well who actually travel but work, do a remote job.
Yes.
So I can't think what the word is. So yeah, let us know if you know what it is in the comments.
So we're very young and trendy here on this channel. But yes, drop any comments, any ideas you've got for us as well.
Or recommendations. Yeah. If you've been to any of the places we've just mentioned.
Yeah, where you'd recommend.
And where you think we should, is a definite must, or an experience that we should do. Like a zip wire ride or something like that. Patrick would love that.
Guys, I promised if we did this channel that I would do those crazy water slides. And I'm going
to hold him to it.
I'm kind of worried about that at the moment.
I will find a water park with very big slides at some point.
So why not come along on our journey with us? Just hit that subscribe button and drop a comment if there's anywhere that you think we should go to below. And come along with us. And we'll be doing daily vlogs, as Debbie's already said.
Yeah, so we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.
Bye.